In our lives, influence is something equals, which is very important especially to those who are leading, whether Pemari equals either the head of office or the husband. History has told that how equals, there is an influence found in a person that can change the world. Number 10. Who does not know the German scientist who discovered the theory of relativity? He is one of the scientists who is highly praised and admired for his intelligence. Dubbed a genius, Einstein was born in Germany in 1879 to a Jewish family and was a free thinker. His formula for relativity, which is the equation between mass and energy, E equals 3mc squared, is one of the most famous formulas in the world. This formula has expanded the world of physics to a new branch. With his contribution to the world of physics and the evolution of quantum theory, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. He was the person responsible for starting the Manhattan Project, a weapon. Realizing his mistake regarding the consequences that nuclear weapons could trigger, he later opposed the use of nuclear weapons. Among his words, "School failed me and I failed in school. It was very boring. The instructors behaved like sergeants. I want to learn what I want to learn, but they want me to learn to take the exam." Number 9. Christopher Columbus, explorer and navigator. Born in the Republic of Genoa, Western Italy, in 1451, he was the world's most famous navigator and explorer, known and commemorated for the discovery of American principles and giving awareness to the West about the existence of America. Very honored in America for being an icon that put America on the world map. Although he was not the first person to sail to America, Columbus was the first person to build a permanent settlement in America. Starting to learn sailing techniques and sailing from a young age. He then dabbled in business where he became an agent that required him to always sail. He taught himself astronomy, science and navigation, and was fluent in several languages including Latin, Portuguese, and Spanish. His voyage was sponsored by the Catholic monarchy of Spain, and in return he promised to spread Christianity in Eastern countries. His voyage was sponsored by the Catholic monarchy of Spain, and in return he promised to spread Christianity in Eastern countries. You will never cross the ocean unless you have the courage. Number 8. Johannes Gutenberg, inventor of the printing press. Born in 1398, Johannes Gutenberg, who came from Mainz, Germany, has brought an influence that changed the world in the field of publishing to this day. He was a blacksmith, goldsmith, printer and publisher, and also the person responsible for creating the world's first printing press. With his invention, the world has become easier to print books and the cost has become lower and affordable. Before the first printing press was produced, he invested energy and money in a mirror company but failed to guarantee that he would pay his debts to his creditors. He promised to give them a share when the printing press he was working on was produced. The first model of the printing press he produced was produced around 1440 in Strasbourg, the result of a combination of various technologies from various fields. Thanks to his invention we still use it widely. Number 7. Kai Lun, inventor of paper. If Johannes Gutenberg contributed to the world by inventing the printing press, without Kai Lun's invention, Johannes Gutenberg's invention would not have been possible. Born in Guiyang during the reign of Han Emperor his position in the palace was as a court eunuch in 75 BC and was later promoted to the title of Shangfang-Si, an official in charge of making tools and weapons. It is said that he probably got the idea of paper creation from the lower class. Kai invented and produced the paper composition along with the paper making process in 105 BC. The techniques used in this era are still used today, although the production technology is now more complex and sophisticated, such as the process of draining water and then drying it in a thin layer of mats. Number 6. St. Paul, Christian missionary and one of the writers of the New Testament. This Roman citizen in his early life had taken part in the persecution of Christians but converted and embraced the religion on the way to Damascus. He emphasized that protection from harm is based on faith and not religious custom. The writings and letters by St. Paul have contributed greatly to the creation of the New Testament. He was a very influential person in the early development of Christianity. Number 5. Confucius, Chinese philosopher. Born in 515 BC, Confucius was a teacher, politician and philosopher who was very wise in educating intellectuals who are very wise in educating other people about moral principles from ancient beliefs. This scholar, who was born around 551 BC, was taught by his parents in an ancient ceremonial setting, learning poetry and music as well as ancient court etiquette. Confucius became a teacher and taught all walks of life about moral and cultural teachings known as Li. He is very loved by his students because of his very friendly nature, and his teaching method, which teaches his students, depends on their personality and traits. He was considered unsuccessful in his lifetime, but his philosophy played an important role in influencing Chinese society in the future as well as Chinese philosophy. Confucianism, also known as Ruism, is described as a tradition, philosophy, religion of humanity or rationale. Number 4. Buddha, the founder of Buddhism Siddhartha Gautama or Gautama Buddha, who was born in a royal family around 400 BC in Nepal, is the founder of Buddhism and is a major figure in Buddhism, said to have lived and taught in the eastern part of ancient India around the 4th and 6th centuries BCE, famous and recognized by Buddhists as a teacher who enlightens and reaches the true Buddha level and shares his opinion to help beings who are going through rebirth and from torture. The teachings associated with it have been passed down through the tradition of oral teaching. Number 3. Jesus Christ, Prophet of Islam, Christian figure. In the belief of Christians, Jesus Christ is the Son of God and a figure of the Christian religion, but he is a prophet who is Jesus in the Islamic religion. Al-Quran and Hadith mention that Prophet Jesus was born to Maryam as a result of virgin pregnancy, similar to the term Annunciation in Christianity. Jesus Christ is the name given and used by Christians. His influence among Christians is undeniable to the point that some consider him to be God. Number 2. Isaac Newton, mathematician and scientist born in 1642 in England, a scientist known by all walks of life until now due to his discovery of the law of gravity while sleeping under an apple tree. Recognized as one of the most influential scientists of all time because of his other discoveries such as the laws of mechanics and also the laws of motion. Not only that, he also founded the framework for the scientific revolution in the 7th century with his work named Principia Mathematica. He also contributed in the fields of optics, religion and alchemy. And the last, number 1. Muhammad, Prophet and Messenger of Islam. No doubt, listed on the first step as the most influential person on the face of the earth, the leader of mankind, Prophet Muhammad SAW. His Majesty's influence in the Islamic religion and also in daily life is indeed recognized by non-Muslims. Many scientists today who do not believe in Islam, but made a study of his daily routine and found many proofs that he was the best human being. From humble origins, Prophet Muhammad brought the revelation of Islam and was declared one of the greatest religions in the world, and became the greatest and most effective leader. Until today, after more than 1,400 years of his death, his influence is still held strong and widespread throughout the world. Of humble origins, Muhammad established and declared one of the great religions in the world, and became a very effective political leader. Today, 13 centuries after his death, his influence is still strong and far-reaching. Born on April 20th, 571 AD in Mecca to Abdullah and Sidi Amina. Through his childhood as an orphan and cared for by his grandfather. After the death of his grandfather, he was taken care of by his uncle Abu Talib. When he was 5 years old, he went through a process that no other child experienced when his chest was split open by an angel, and the part of the devil in his heart was removed. Known for his qualities of truth, trust, delivery and wisdom, he was appointed as a messenger when he was 40 years old. Given a huge trust and responsibility to fight for and spread the religion of Islam to people. The task of conveying revelations and teachings of Islam by His Majesty received very serious opposition, so much so that he was opposed by his own family members. However, with God's permission, he managed to carry out his duties well. Today, Islam has 1.6 billion followers worldwide. My choice of Muhammad to occupy the first rung of the world's most influential people may surprise some readers and may be questioned by others, but he was the only human being in history who succeeded perfectly in both the religious and worldly spheres, said Michael H. Hart.